5 things you must give up to look younger. It's not necessarily what you do to your face or body that makes it look younger, but sometimes it's what you don't do. We have a saying in aesthetic medicine, it's not who you treat that makes you successful, it's who you do not treat that makes you successful. It's not always about doing more. It's sometimes about less. So these days, it seems like everyone is looking for the fountain of youth. You look into creams, serums, injectables, exosomes, salmon DNA, yes, PDRN, and lasers. Let's not forget about the latest sub-Saharan tree bark paste, or, well, how about the leech facial? We go to all different ends of the earth to find the fountain of youth. You see, I see hundreds of patients every year, and the most common reason people come into my office is saying, hey, help me look a little more vibrant. They just want to smooth out the lines and the wrinkles and look the best version of themselves that they can be. The low-hanging fruit of my recommendations ends up being not what I can do for them. It's not about filling their face with a synthetic additive, but what they can do for themselves by not doing. Number 1, late night scrolling between Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and of course, yes, YouTube. Sometimes, depending on what you're watching, of course, not this channel, this is fine, but your late night scrolling habit is affecting you in more ways than you now realize. I guarantee this to be true. Most patients have no idea. One example, take the blue light from your screens and how it affects your melatonin production, which then influences your what? Your sleep. Exposure to blue light, especially before bed, can really mess up your sleep habits, which in turn affects your appearance. You'll say, well, how is that? Well, a study published in the American Academy of Sleep Medicine found that sleep-deprived individuals looked older and tired, exactly what you may be paying somebody to remove, that look of being old and tired. You're trying to reverse that. Being sleep deprived was also associated with having an increased amount of fine lines and wrinkles, paler skin, and causing the corners of the mouth to look more droopy. How much money do I make off of people coming in every day with the downturned mouth, the RBF? This downturned mouth is such a big problem. I have complete videos on it. You can see the thumbnail here, but I'll link the complete video at the end of this video so you can watch that one. Here it is here. Cues of fatigue effects of sleep deprivation on facial appearance. The faces of sleep-deprived individuals were perceived as having, look at this, more hanging eyelids, redder eyes, more swollen eyes, darker circles under the eyes, paler skin, and more wrinkles and fine lines. And here it is, the droopy corners of the mouth. So the next obvious question is, well, Rajani, how is late night scrolling any worse than staying up late in general? You may still see those noticeable signs of aging anytime you're sleep deprived. You're correct, but the blue light is an additive factor. You see, a review published in the National Library of Medicine found numerous studies that have shown how exposure to blue light accelerates the aging process and an increase in hyperpigmentation occurred on the skin. Remember, the less you sleep, the less you live. The less you sleep, the less you are disease-free. It's that important. I'll link a video above and at the end on blue light. I did one specifically all about blue light. In case you're wondering, here are the most common sources of blue light in your bedroom and around your house you want to know about. Fluorescent lights. LED lights, some inexpensive ones will give off blue light. Smartphones, televisions, computer screens, tablets, e-readers, video game consoles. Number 2, well, I won't tell you. You guess this one. And a hint, it's not sun exposure. But look at these twins. What did one do that the other did not? Can you guess? So this is one set. Let's look at the next. What about these two? Can you guess which one? Smoked. Yes, smoking. This one might seem obvious to you, but for those of you who are still holding on to this extremely harmful habit, know that it's hurting you on the inside and of course the outside, your skin. And I feel for those of you that can't get away from secondhand smoke, it's harmful as well. By the way, a study done at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, they observed the effects of smoking and skin aging in identical twins. This study followed a set of twins that not only spent the first 2 decades of their lives together, but also had the same type of job at the same latitude, meaning they have experienced the same amount, or similar at least, sun exposure throughout their whole lives. What set them apart is that the twin who smoked about 53 packs of cigarettes a year showed significantly more aging in her skin than the twin who didn't smoke. Where do I see the most smoking in the world? Well, in Europe. That's where I see the most. Not to pick on you guys, but look here. This is a list of the countries where smoking is most popular. Number 3 is your sugar addiction. And you're going to say, Rajani, I don't have one. But if you look at the labels, and you need a PhD in label reading nowadays, you're likely addicted to sugar and you're getting it. You just don't know there's sugar in the things that you're eating. When it comes to your skin, people tend to associate sugar with acne. While eating too much of it may increase acne, that's not the only way sugar affects your skin. It damages the skin through a process many of you have heard about called glycation. It's when the sugar in your bloodstream attaches to proteins that start producing harmful free radicals, and they're known as advanced glycation end products. Appropriately so, AGEs. Most people will say AGEs, but of course it comes out to AGEs. So you see, the more sugar that you eat, the more AGEs you start to develop. These AGEs then start to damage the proteins around them. Now, what protein is in your skin that you want to keep? Well, you need to think about elastin and collagen, the proteins that are responsible for keeping your skin firm and elastic, helping you maintain that youthful appearance. Collagen is your scaffolding. Think of it that way. And think of elastin as the stretchability. You have much more collagen than elastin in your skin, but you need them both to look younger than your age. Think of this, when you sleep on your side and you see the lines in the morning that are left there etched in, that's the lack of collagen and elastin, what you had at 20. And if you see this graph, you lose these with age, not in a linear fashion, but there's a steep drop off, especially as hormones go after the age of 35. We do so much on this channel to boost your collagen naturally. Please don't damage all of your hard work. You see, your skin contains many forms of collagen. Often we talk about on this channel types 1, 2, and 3. And this will relate to those of you wondering about biostimulators versus filler versus PRF. Which ones do they produce? Well, type 1 is the weakest and type 3 is the stronger one. Glycation, which can happen when you eat that too much sugar, degrades your type 3 collagen into type 1, reducing your skin's strength and stability. So when we look at PDO threads, Sculptra, PRF, what do they build? Mainly type 1 and 3 collagen. We know this from looking at histological slides, cross sections of the skin after we put Sculptra threads or PRF in. Look at this slide here. You can see here are the 2 threads that are put in, and here's the collagen stains as red. So where you see more red, that's the deposition of collagen. And that's what we study when we look at biostimulators. But you want, again, that type 3 collagen. If we look at Sculptra as an example, Sculptra is going to produce mainly type 1 and 3 collagen. So we don't want the degradation of the strong collagen in our face to the weaker one. And that's what sugar does. So cut your sugar out. Now, these are just a couple of ways that sugar makes you look older. A study published in the Journal of Dermatology found that the effects of glycation start to become visible for women around what age? The glycation starts around age 35, and you can see those effects then, thanks to a combination of hormonal changes. That's why you watch my videos on bioidentical hormones and why hormones are changing at a younger age, and adaptogens are important. Here's the study. Glycation during human dermal intrinsic and actinic aging, an in vivo and in vitro model study. In vivo means in life. In vitro, think about that in glass, in a petri dish. And the results, here it is. We found that glycation of the dermis, the skin, the layer of skin on the outside, generally arises after 35 years and increases rapidly with intrinsic aging. Intrinsic meaning the natural process of it. Again, a little sweet treat is totally fine, but look and read your labels. Get your sugar when you want to treat yourself, not in your daily foods where it's hidden. Number 4, laying out to tan. This one should be really number 1 because one of the biggest things that impacts how fast your skin ages is the sun. In fact, 70% of your skin aging comes from photo damage. Now, the sun isn't all bad. Of course, vitamin D is essential for your health and immunity, but smart sun exposure is what you're looking for. Living in the Pacific Northwest here, of course, I definitely feel the effects of not having sun for months on end. We just had a foot of snow every day. I was on the mountain. There's a little bit of sun, but I was covered head to toe. So for you guys in climates where you need vitamin D, you want to think about taking supplements. I take 5,000 international units of vitamin D with K2, 125 micrograms of K2 daily. But here's the thing. Excess unprotected sun exposure is one of the fastest ways to accelerate visible signs of aging in your skin. You can cover up as much as you can and avoid peak sun hours, especially during the hottest months of the year. When it comes to protecting your face, in my line, I have a great sunscreen that doesn't leave a white cast. That white that gets left on when you wear a barrier sunscreen. I found the number one reason people don't wear their sunscreen is that they don't like that white color. We call that the white cast. Find what works for you. That's the key. When I'm on the water, I know I'm getting much more sun exposure. I do wear barrier white cast sunscreens. Sometimes I'll get a little bit of acne after. That's the price you pay. But the key is find one that works for you. There are now even tinted sunscreens for those that want to tint to your skin color that have barriers in them, but they don't leave a white cast. They leave actually, it kind of looks like when you guys wear foundation. So do a bit of research. I have videos on sunscreens you can watch. Just find one that works for you. Keep in mind LED light here too and LED light masks. They decrease inflammation, and in many countries around the world, people use their LED lights in the morning before they get their sun exposure for the day, and they find that helps them greatly in reducing the risk of sunburn and sun damage. Number 5, this is one you thought I wasn't going to mention or you wouldn't hear from me, but it's gel manicures.
Skin cancer survivor Carolina Jasko believes nail dryers may have led to her diagnosis.
When I was a senior in high school, I was diagnosed with melanoma.
Now, when we think about aging, we usually only think about the face, but there's another part of your body that people complain to me about, and it's about giving away their age when their face looks youthful. You see, we've done a good job of creating youthful faces with all the tools we have, but the hands can be a dead giveaway. You may think that getting your nails done regularly, of course, helps your hands look better, that you look cleaner and more put together, but your gel manicure, that habit may be accelerating your age on your hands. Watch this clip, you'll see what I'm talking about.
At your next nail appointment, maybe cautionary yellow. A new study pointing the finger at UV lamps used to dry and cure gel nail polish. Researchers at UC San Diego and the University of Pittsburgh finding UVA light from dryers can damage DNA and cause mutations in human cells, potentially increasing the risk of skin cancer. Alarming results for the estimated 3 million Americans who visit nail salons each day. The industry bringing in more than $10 billion a year in the U.S. alone.
Most nail salons, they use UV lamps to cure that gel nail polish. It's okay every once in a while, of course, but if you're getting your nails done every couple of weeks, you're exposing your hands to a lot of UV damage. We already discussed the effects of sun on your skin, especially your face. Well, UV lamps can act similarly by increasing the risk of skin cancer and causing premature signs of aging. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get your nails done. Here's what you want to do. Use LED lamps that don't give off UV. You might call ahead and find if you can, if your salon does use LED instead of the UV lamp. And if there's no way around it, there are special gloves that you can wear that often they give you in these salons to protect your hands so only your nails are exposed. And of course, you can wear sunscreen. To take this all to the next level, you'll now want to watch these videos on LED red and infrared light as an all-natural anti-aging regimen, and these down here on natural ways to boost your skin and collagen at home without needing to pop in to get expensive procedures at a clinic.